So let's start by the deepest cut. Now let's try a more acceptable depth of cut. And now let's look at what happens when we don't have enough depth of cut. We can now take a look at the three chips that were produced by these three cutting actions, starting with the chip produced by a large depth of cut. It's easy to see that this chip isn't very well formed. It was torn off the part rather than formed from it. In reality, this type of chip that we call discontinuous is in an eternal startup mode. It never manages to form itself properly. This constant start, stop chip formation produces a very low frequency vibration that is very hard on the tool and which produces a very poor surface finish. The second chip, the one that we produced when using a reasonable depth of cut, is representative of a continuous chip form. This type of continuous chip indicates that we've found a balance point between all our variables. This is by far the best type of chip for maximizing our machining. The chip produced by a lack of depth, well, it isn't even a chip, it's just metal dust. These powdery chips are to be avoided. They are a clear indication that there is never enough accumulation ahead of the tool to be able to form a proper chip. The production of these powdery chips are often accompanied by high frequency vibration. The lack of depth of cut means that the tool is pushing material out of the way and never producing a chip. This pushing away of material creates huge amounts of friction and has a tendency to melt off the cutting edge of the tool. It's important to remember that reducing the depth of cut to almost nothing will never give you a proper surface finish.